Brutal attack. Ukrainian troops go on rage, destroys Russian tank convoy as it leaves Mariupol. The port city of Mariupol in Ukraine has been 90% destroyed, after being besieged by Russian forces, its mayor Vadim Boychenko said Monday. The sad news is that 90% of the infrastructure in the city is destroyed and 40% is unrecoverable, Boychenko told a press conference. Around 130,000 people remained trapped in the city, he said. Mariupol has been under constant Russian bombardment for more than a month, and is the site of perhaps the most egregious examples of war crimes committed by Putin's forces. Indiscriminate bombing campaigns and ground attacks have reduced acres of the city to rubble and have likely left thousands dead, though an official civilian death toll for the city is yet to be announced. Russia has also continued its attacks on other civilian areas over the weekend, with 8 people killed and 34 wounded after shelling hit the southern Ukrainian cities of Mykolaiv and Ochakiv on Sunday, prosecutors in Kyiv said. The Russian armed forces attacked the cities of Ochakiv and Mykolaiv. Shelling damaged residences, homes, vehicles and civilian infrastructure, the Ukrainian prosecutor general said in a statement today. However, Putin's invasion suffered another devastating blow this weekend after it was revealed his forces' death toll rose to 18,300 yesterday, according to Kyiv's estimates, while battling Ukrainian troops reclaimed more towns in the north. Russia has only admitted to the deaths of 1,351 of its troops since Putin invaded on February 24, but this is a fraction of the figures estimated by Ukraine's armed forces and Western defense officials. According to Ukrainian reports as of April 3, the Russian forces have lost over 18,000 soldiers and officers, including 7 generals, 644 tanks, 1,830 armored combat vehicles, 325 artillery systems, 105 MLR systems, 54 air defense units, 143 warplanes, 134 helicopters, 1,249 vehicles, 7 warships, 76 fuel tank trucks, 89 operational and tactical level UAVs, 24 units of special equipment, and 4 mobile SRBM systems. Video footage emerged of the defenders launching a series of blistering attacks on Russian tanks and armored vehicles. A pair of videos released today appeared to show 2 Russian convoys being decimated by missiles fired by Ukrainian armed forces, who were thought to be using British-supplied Javelin anti-tank weapons. The missiles can be seen streaking through the air over rolling fields before slamming into a set of Russian armored vehicles trundling in single file down a slim road. Several of the military machines erupted into flames as they were brought to a halt in the aftermath of the attack, while another video showed a huge explosion and raging fireball which came as a result of a Ukrainian strike on a Russian fuel tanker. Ukraine's forces have taken to blitzing Russian resupply convoys in an effort to disrupt deliveries of fuel and supplies to Putin's troops on the front line, a tactic which helped the defenders to repel repeated Russian assaults on the outskirts of Kyiv in recent weeks before Putin's troops began to retreat. The command of the Special Operations Forces, SSO, of the Armed Forces of Ukraine said, "This is how soldiers of the SSO of Ukraine are fighting to bring down the enemy, by cutting off the Russian occupiers from what is needed. We are weakening their units." In a further blow to Putin's war, Ukrainian forces have also retaken some towns in the northern Chernihiv region, whilst Russian forces no longer occupied any areas in the Sumy region, in Ukraine's northeast. The governor of Zhytomyr also declared today that Russian troops had been expelled from the region. They left, leaving part of their vehicles, leaving part of their munitions, Governor Vitaly Benechko said in an online post. Russia is continuing to build up both its soldiers and mercenaries from the notorious Wagner Group, a private military company known as Putin's Private Army in eastern Ukraine, British intelligence chief said. Across the country, Ukrainian forces are also preparing for what its general staff said were about 60,000 Russian reservists called in to reinforce the offensive there. Russian forces are continuing to consolidate and reorganize as they refocus their offensive into the Donbass region in the east of Ukraine, Britain's Ministry of Defense said in an intelligence briefing today. It said Russian troops are being moved into the area, along with mercenaries from the Wagner private military group. Moscow says it is currently focusing its offensive on the Donbass, where Russian-backed separatists have been fighting Ukrainian forces for years.